Good evening and welcome to Centerpoint. I'm Lindsay Keith. Thanks for starting your week with us. We begin tonight with a big day in the investigation of alleged corruption involving the Biden family. On Capitol Hill, one of Hunter Biden's closest business associates, Devon Archer, answered questions from congressional lawmakers in a closed-door meeting. Mr. Archer reportedly stated that Joe Biden joined his son's business meetings by phone more than 20 times, including meeting with Ukrainian businessmen who were paying for the value of the Biden brand. Mr. Archer's statement flatly contradicts President Biden's repeated insistence that he had nothing to do with Hunter's business dealings. Joining us now to discuss this is Representative Bob Good, Republican of Virginia. Congressman, welcome to the show. It's good to see you this evening, sir.
Great to be with you, Lindsay. Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so it seems like we have contradicting messages here, not only from Biden and Devon Archer, but also from Democrats on the Hill who are saying that Devon Archer didn't say really anything to implicate President Biden, but Republicans are saying something quite different. So what are you hearing?
Well, you continue to have mounting evidence, increasing evidence pointing to the Biden crime family's culpability here. We may be on the verge of the biggest political scandal, the biggest corruption scandal that's ever touched the White House. We've never seen anything like this, where the actual sitting president is alleged to have engaged in corruption, influence peddling, bribery. You know, what is the Biden family business for which they would be paid millions of dollars from Chinese entities, from Ukrainian entities, from other foreign entities, many of which are not our friends, they're our adversaries. Even Hunter himself, when it comes to being on the board in Burisma, getting paid apparently $1 million a year, no experience in the energy industry, no particular skills or experience or language ability that would relate to Ukraine. So what has the Biden family done in exchange for the apparently millions of dollars they've made off these business dealings?
So are these transcripts from this closed-door meeting today with Devon Archer going to be made publicly available for the American citizens to read? And if not, do you think that he should be subpoenaed for an open hearing?
Thank you for even just bringing that up, because there are some entities like yours that are taking seriously the historic role of the press to hold all of government accountable, to try to bring transparency before the American people, to pursue corruption, wrongdoing, the truth and the evidence wherever it may take us. And as you know, much of the media has not done that. We should be asking for this to be released, as you said, transcripts of the hearing today. We should ask for the FD 1023 memos to be released to the American people. We should ask for the what has been reported, the couple of dozen recorded tape recordings of the president, even beyond a couple of those tapes with Hunter's business partners. And you notice that the narrative has changed from the president was the only dad in the country who didn't talk to his son about what he did for a living and about his businesses, to now, well, the president was not in business with his son. That's now the narrative that has changed, because the evidence is so mounting that it's so clear to anyone who's objectively paying attention that the president was involved and aware of what was going on with Hunter's corrupt business dealings.
So, Congressman, who else is there left to hear from in these investigations? I mean, what is next to settle some of these investigations, three at least, that are going on right now in the House of Representatives?
Well, I think you'll see more witnesses come forward through the Oversight Committee, through the Judiciary Committee. As you know, Chairman Comer for Oversight has said that they've uncovered dozens of shell companies, LLCs, bank accounts that are for no other reason seemingly than to launder or hide or to obfuscate the truth of what has taken place. There's some 170 suspicious activity reports that they've uncovered. They report to us, and so if you or I had 2 or 3 suspicious activity reports, we would long ago have been the subject of an official investigation. Thank God that the Republicans got control, or the majority given to us by the American people, or we would not be uncovering what we're uncovering. Because as you see, and as you've already noted, the Democrats on these committees have no interest in the truth, no interest in holding the president accountable. This is not about Hunter Biden. This is about Joe Biden.
And because of that, there are continued calls to impeach President Biden, Congressman, as you know. And one of your Republican colleagues from Nebraska, Congressman Don Bacon, said recently that this needs to be thoroughly vetted in the Judiciary Committee, pretty much arguing that Republicans should not take the same approach that we saw from former Speaker Nancy Pelosi when she impeached President Trump twice. Do you agree with that? Should this go through the proper committee process in order to impeach Biden, if you all deem so?
I do agree that impeachment shouldn't be a political weapon that is cavalierly or flippantly utilized just for political purposes, like we saw with President Trump. As you know, he was impeached with a week left in his term, where there was no possibility of any consequence to him as president. It was purely but political retaliation. He was previously impeached by the Democrats because of a phone call where he allegedly, according to some, talked about doing what the Biden family is actually demonstrated to have been doing, which is influence peddling, corruption, bribery, that sort of thing. But I would say, yes, correct. We need to follow this trail closely, carefully, investigate it, pursue all the evidence, see where it takes us. However, the president deserves to be impeached because of the border invasion. We don't need any more evidence of the 7 million illegals who he has helped, facilitated, brought into the country illegally, and continues to do that on a daily basis. Thousands coming across on a daily basis. We don't need more investigation for that. We should not be allowing the president to continue that for the next year and a half.
All right, we'll stay in touch. Congressman Bob Good, good to see you this evening. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Lindsay.